Hello and welcome to Thorpe Park. So today is a holiday day. The park opening hours are 10 till 6. I expect it to be busy. The weather's not so great. I mean, the winds are quite high. It'll be interesting to see how the rides put up with the wind today. So obviously today Hyperia is going to be closed. The park have been open, let us know about that. Obviously it's closed till the 8th of June. So at the moment we won't be getting rides on Hyperia. But there's still plenty to offer. There's no other rides down at the moment, so let's enjoy it. The one thing with Thorpe Park is the soundtrack's absolutely amazing throughout the park. Amity Cove and areas like that, that's where we're currently at the moment. You can always hear the soundtrack in the background, so I'll talk nice and loudly. In the distance, it's going to be our first ride of the day. It is Swarm. Swarm was the first B&M wind coaster in the country, and it held that title for over a decade, to when Mandrel Mayhem went into Chessington World of Adventures. Swarm, it stands at 127 feet in height, top speeds of just under 60 mile an hour, and G-forces of up to 4.5. So the G-force is as powerful as Oblivion at Alton Towers. Right, let's get on over into Swarm Island. There's some great theming on there. Swarm was on my top 10 coasters in the UK. If you want to have a look at that, have a look at my previous videos. Like I say, have a look where it came in. The overall experience was mentioned. Obviously I'll do some footage of all the theming as well in the area. Swarm. Now Swarm is part of the park, but it has its own separate island, so Swarm Island. The whole area of the park, the island if you want, is themed to the Swarm ride. So it's talking about an alien abduction. When you queue up, you see all the signs on the wall. When you queue up, you're queuing up actually inside the church. The storyline is that you have to go to the church for safety. But I mean, you can see some of the theming. This is what I spoke about before. There's an ambulance there, full-scale ambulance. Plane behind it. You see a broken plane. And the other half. So full scale plane. All the buildings obviously made to look like damaged buildings. Like I say, you do queue up inside the church. I mean, even the shop, it's storage containers turned upside. Great head chopper element there when you're on the ride. The fire engine there. And then, like I say, the main area, the queue area, is an actual church with its roof blown off. Now I did notice it when I did the ride. There is a stained glass window. There's actually still bits of glass in the window. So that when they've done it, they really have gone down to detail. I don't know if you can hear me, the soundtrack's really loud around here. Over in the distance is a helicopter as well. So there's a helicopter. So there you've just seen some off-ride footage of the Swarm and the area around the Swarm. I've just done a front row ride. Really good. It's as smooth as the day it was built. One thing that Thorpe Park do have is a good selection of water rides. So obviously they've got the Rumble Rapids and things like other parks. They've got things like this still, the depth charge. It's what you call the old slide coming down on a rubber dinghy. And they've also got Storm Surge, which is over in the distance. Storm Surge, you're in a circle of raft and you all come down together. That's just over there in the distance. Storm Surge just there. And obviously you've got the Mammoth Hyperion in the background. I don't want to dwell on the Hyperion thing anymore. Obviously, like we know, it's close till the 8th of June. But it will open again. Like I say, we are lucky enough to have rode it. World-class coaster. Definitely the best thing I've ever been on in the UK. So, you know, we just need to look forward to good times on that again. This area of Thorpe Park they just call the beach. It's quite obvious why they call it that. Isn't open just yet. I mean, the weather's not really for it today, but it's a great area of the park. I mean, obviously when the queues are big, I mean, smaller children come down here. You know, you can see the water's clean. Obviously it's made out and it is actual sand, so it is literally a beach. So in front of us, Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave was built in 2000. It was Europe's tallest water ride in 2000 until 2002 when the title was took by Oakwood. I'm not sure if there's anyone on that boat going now, but certainly not the weather for water rides for me today. Now, because there's no one in the boat, I don't think at all. It's not going to make a big splash today. There's not a lot of weight there driving it down. Yeah, I mean, when it's full, the boat, the waves do come right the way over the Pier 13 sign there, over onto the other side and wet people. But that is Tidal Wave. I'm down in Amity Cove, one of my favourite parts of the park. It's always vibrant, the soundtrack's great. Obviously the Tidal Wave at the moment, I don't know if it's having downtime, if it's just actually no one queuing for it in this weather. You can see all the areas themed brilliantly. You've got the buildings there, you obviously got Pier 13 where you can stand and watch the ride. See Swarm in the background. This is Amity Cove. Over in the distance there, the colourful section, that's the Big Easy Boulevard. I will be going over there and having a look. That's new for this year. That was Angry Birds Land. But you can see all this area is themed to the seaside. I'm just stood in the middle of Amity Cove. It makes you realise how close things are in this park. So you've got Detonator there, you've got Stealth. These are all different parts of the park. Obviously you've got the Tidal Wave ride that I've just featured. You see Depth Charge there, the water ride. And over in the distance you can see Rush. Now Rush is one of the flat rides in the park. That's one thing they do have at Thorpe Park, a great selection of flat rides. I will do a bit later on. I'll go into the Lost City, which is that park. The Rush, it's a giant S&S swing ride, and then obviously still in Amity Cove we've got the Megastore. The Megastore is really good this year. We've got the a lot of the Hyperion merch, which is down in Fearless Valley, but they've also put it down in the Megastore because obviously it's really busy down there. Just inside the Megastore they've got some of the older things from last year, the old logos. Now those that you know me, that is my t-shirt, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with this merch. I'll probably look at some of this today actually, because I just took some money off it. I'm looking at that hoodie there at the top left hand corner. With a mail, obviously you do get your mailing discount as well. It's at £40 the hoodie, so with a mailing discount 20% off. I will get it for £32 today. Like I said, some of the Hyperion merch. So you've got the hoodie. Oh, so it's not a hoodie, this is just a jumper. So yeah, it's got the Hyperion on the front, white and gold. Obviously I've got all the other rides as well. I mean, Colossus. the Intamin coaster. It's a multi-inverter 10-loop coaster, went in 2002. Really put the park on the map. Obviously the biggest investments around that area. At 2000 you had Tidal Wave, and then the first big coaster was Colossus. That really put the park on the map. That's the thing with Thorpe Park, the history of the park is actually a lot shorter than other parks we go to. I mean, like I said, the first coaster didn't go until 2002, so that's relatively new. I mean, it was only 1979, it was still a gravel pit. Pin badges, they always prove popular. We'll be getting some pin badges today. So they've got the surprise ones there that you unwrap. I mean, these are the various surprises that they have. There is an Hyperia on, a special one. That's what the special is at the moment, Hyperia. So this is the new logo. So like I said at the start, I was showing you the blue tops with the old logo. This is the new merch now for this year. So that's the new Thorpe Park logo. As normal with the clothes, the quality is really good, really nice and soft. They do wash well. Like I say, I've got a t-shirt from last year. It's still like the day I bought it. It's still quality. I like this one. So this is all sewn in. So there's nothing you'd have to worry about coming off or anything like that. It's all sewn in. Prices, Thorpe Park t-shirt there, that's £25. Like I say, with your annual discount, you would get that for £20. One thing this year, all the rides, even at Alton Towers, so it must be a Merlin thing, the resins. So you can see they're £18 the resins. So we've got Colossus there, like I say, with 2 loops. Colossus has got 10 loops, but got Tidal Wave, which one thing I do like with the Tidal Wave, I like the way they've done the water. I don't think I'll be riding Tidal Wave today in this weather, but there's Saw. So you've got the blades, that's on after the Beyond Vertical drop. Nemesis Inferno. So the food at Thorpe Park is slightly different to other parks. Obviously Aramark do the food for Merlin, but in Thorpe Park you've still got some of the larger outlets, so you have still got KFC and you've also got Burger King. Now the Burger King, there is just a sign just over there, look. So there is the Burger King as well, but I'll just take you inside this KFC because really for theming, you are really in for a treat. So when I first walked in I thought something was going on with the roof, but as you can see it is part of the theming. There's also a link to the arcade in here as well. Like I say, Thorpe Park is quite compact. I mean, we've just come out of Amity Cove, which is probably my favourite area of the park. The new area for this 2024 is the Big Easy Boulevard. Now, this area was Angry Birds Land. It has been for the past 10 years, and they've changed it to Big Easy Boulevard. You can see all the buildings, all the facades have all been painted, and they've rethemed the entire area. In this area, there's only the one ride, and that is Detonator. And now Detonator was closed all day yesterday, and it's still closed today. It's Shot Tower. Detonator has been fully rethemed now. It's the fireworks factory in the Big Easy Boulevard. A great forceful drop tower. But they've also changed the 4D cinema, which is in this area. You can see the cinema there. The 4D cinema used to be Angry Birds. It's now called Ready Player One. So there is an area here that's actually empty. Now this area does get used for shows and stages. When I last come on Hyperia's opening day, there was actually a Coca-Cola stage there. There was it was a great addition to the park. I mean, there was actually giving out free Coke, which was nice. It was a hot day. There was giving out free Coke for a trial. It was really nice. They also had a booking Bronco there. It was how long you could stay on the longest. It was actually not a booking Bronco, it was a Coke can, but yeah, it was great. Right, we're going to have a walk through Big Easy Boulevard now, and we're going to walk up towards Stealth. If you like what you see today, can you make sure you like and subscribe? It helps me and it helps the channel grow. Thank you. Down now at the Amity Speedway. Obviously it gets its name from its signature ride, which is Stealth. Stealth comes to the park in 2005. It's a ginormous intermin launch coaster. It is the fastest in the world currently. It's 0 to 80 in 1.8 seconds. Faster than any car you'll ever get to drive on the UK roads. Obviously, really forceful coaster. And it also, as well as the launch, you have this. A 205-foot top hat. Like I say, in the park, the only thing that it's taller than now is Hyperia, at 236 foot. I've just had a back row ride on Stealth. Like normal, really forceful ride, really good, really liked it. Got talking to the woman on there, she's never seen a rollback. So it doesn't, I mean, historically, years ago, it used to have a few rollbacks. They did turn the speed up on it a bit more to get it over the hill.
Good old-fashioned home-style cooking of one of their summer clam bakes. Here's a try
I've just come to one of the quieter areas of the park, which is actually the Sunken Garden. Now, when I say quieter, I do mean people. I don't mean the actual sound. I mean, you can hear the soundtracks from Stealth just over there. We are just behind Stealth. Sunken Garden, though, it's like I say, Thorpe Park, it is a smaller park. It doesn't have the big gardens that you have at Alton Towers. But what I will say is these gardens in the Sunken Garden area are absolutely immaculate. It's nice. I mean, if you want a picnic or anything like that, there's a few benches around the outside. So we're just going to have a walk around the Sunken Garden. There is also the original log flume car that was famous for the picture of Princess Diana and the two princes. It was obviously, it was famous, that picture, around the world of them enjoying themselves at Thorpe Park, and the actual car is now made into a flower bed, and it is here in the Sunken Garden. Here it is. Like I say, this is the actual original car that Princess Diana was in. It's slightly overgrown, I'd say, but yeah, they've kept it and made it into a flower garden now, which is a nice touch. And that's the Sunken Garden. So we're just outside Amity Speedway. I just want to mention this donut van. We did have a couple of donuts yesterday. They were really nice. Quite well priced as well. I mean, we, obviously with the annual discount, we do say 20%. But you can see they've got the large donuts. The price is just here. Yeah, I will say yesterday the ones we had this were really, really nice. That wind is really getting up now as well. Just hope it doesn't affect the minds too much. Mentioned in the video earlier that there was a Burger King, so here's the Burger King now, just like I said, just outside Amity Speedway. It's a large Burger King. So you got a Burger King and Kentucky Fried Chicken in this park. Just across from the Burger King, you've got the pizza and pasta. There's options of this at other Merlin parks. What I would say, it's always popular. We come yesterday to actually do a takeaway pizza, and they was quite honest with us and said, look, you know, we're absolutely full stretch, we can't do a takeaway at the moment, it's sit down only. That's pizza and pasta. And what I would say is the building's so well themed, I actually thought it'd been set on fire. I don't know if you can see down there, but the windows are scorched around and things like that as part of the theming. So it's a really nice area of the park. You can see the down there as well, they've done the scorching, which looks like it's been set on fire. Oh no, it looks like Nemesis Inferno is having some downtime. So Nemesis Inferno is the sister coaster of Nemesis Reborn at Alton Towers. It went in 2003. It was the roller coaster that the famous scene from In-Betweeners was filmed on as well. A great coaster. I do prefer Nemesis Reborn, but I mean, nevertheless, some people say this is the better one. Great coaster, great forces, but at the moment it is down and we're waiting for it to open. You just did some footage there of Nemesis testing, so hopefully it will be reopened soon. The one thing I do miss from Nemesis Reborn, like I said, that's my local park. Reborn, obviously, we've got retracked this summer. They have actually done something called sandfill in it. Now, sandfill, it makes it a lot quieter. Obviously, this one hasn't had the sandfill treatment, so it's still got its original roar. In front of us stands the Ghost Train. Now, Ghost Train only come to the park last year. Before then, it was the Devon Brown's Ghost Train. Devon Brown was virtual reality, so you had the headsets on and it was a full VR experience. I thought it worked, it was okay. I mean, yes, you had the headset on, which was the downside. They've done away with the virtual reality headsets now and it's just a full immersive experience. We did it yesterday. What I would say was fantastic. The actors in there, they deserve a special mention as well. The actors were absolutely brilliant yesterday. So we're going to go on it again today and hopefully we'll get the same actors because they were absolutely class yesterday. It's a shame you can't really praise them because obviously they are in character when you're in there. But as you see, the outside of the building's doing really well. The whole area is, I mean, if you're just spinning around, you've got it is closed at the moment. Camden, you have a bar here serving drinks on a nice day. It's lovely to sit out on the benches. It's quiet at the moment because the Ghost Train doesn't open till 12, so the rest of the park does open at 10 AM, but Ghost Train, they don't open till 12, so we're just going to queue up for that. I've just had a ride on the Ghost Train, absolutely brilliant. We did it yesterday. I mean, I will say it's certainly come on from its early days last year. It's got even better. After my go on the Ghost Train, I need something to eat to settle my nerves. Obviously the food offering this year, you have got the fish and chips outlets, Cape Cod there. The same at Chesington, they've got fish and chips as well. And Legoland, we actually had a sit down meal in Legoland and had fish and chips this year, which is a nice addition to the parks. So we stand at the top end of Fearless Valley. Fearless Valley is obviously the new area that houses Hyperia, which is Thorpe Park's signature coaster. The cost of £18 million, it is the tallest, fastest coaster in the UK. Now, in front of me is the Burger King. So the Burger King has a full facelift for the year. It's got the gold facade at the front, which matches the ride brilliantly. And they've also, no stone unturned, they've done the toilets. The toilets have all been done out. Obviously really nice inside and clean. You've got the games over there. You can see there's still workmen in the area. There's a lot going on. This isn't connected to the ride or anything like that, but I mean, there's still a lot of work going on. There's landscaping going on, things like that. And then obviously in front of us, it stands sadly broken. Sounds strange saying standing but not operating, SBNO, but yes, that's what it is at the moment. But there is Hyperia. I was down here yesterday, spoke to a few people yesterday. You know, they are open to get it done for the 8th of January on the Saturday. They were working on it yesterday, so yeah, I mean, apparently they're working around the clock to get it fixed. But there it is. I'm proud to say I'm one of the people that have been on it. We did it on the opening day. If you want to see what it was like, see my previous vlog. And this is Fearless Valley. Quite quiet today, obviously it's calling off at the moment after because they're working on the ride and what have you. even though Hyperia is closed, the shop at the bottom of Fearless Valley is open. So we'll have a look inside now and see what there is to offer. Now, obviously on opening day we couldn't really film in here because it was far too busy. But we did manage to get some of the limited edition 100 hoodies, the golden hoodies. We did manage to get some. Like I said, there's a wide selection of the merchandise. On the first day, 80% of the merchandise did sell through in the first day. So you got the Hyperia pens there at just £4. The notebooks at £8. In line with other Merlin packs. I mean, the drinks bottles are £15. That's in line with the merchandise at Alton Towers, the Nemesis Reborn bottles. We've got the small teddies. We've got the Hyperia tops on. Pin badges always remain popular. This hoodie here reminds me a bit of the Galactica hoodies over at Tilton, but just like normal with the Merlin merchandise, really good quality on the hoodies. So obviously the ride was open, that's just through there, that's where your ride pictures are. So the shutter will be up, obviously you'd come through there to your right, which we can't go down there, obviously it's cordoned off with the it's been closed, but that's where your ride pictures are, and then you come down into the shop. You can see there the mannequin's got the full outfit on. They've gone for a denim jacket again. I don't know if that's off the success of Nemesis 94 over at Alton Towers. You've got the Hyperia hoodie. I did show this earlier on in the video. This is in the Megastore as well. Some of this, like I say, a lot of it is repeated in the Megastore as well. You see this shop is quite small, so it really does fill up once the ride's open.
Is your next lessons on Wednesday?
But it's obviously a lot quieter today with the ride not being open. It's just the shop. This hoodie seems to be popular. Seeing a lot of these on the park at the moment. This black hoodie. The Hyperia badge is sewn in, so you don't have to worry about anything peeling off or anything in the washer or fading. Normal Merlin quality, and it's even got the design in the hood as well. Now the Hyperia hoodies are £60. The t-shirts are priced at £28. Now, like I say, we've got one of the limited edition yellow hoodies. That's the same yellow with the Hyperia badge across the front. And then, like I say, you've got some of the merch is repeated. So you got the white jumper with the golden Hyperia on the front. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, this is children's size. There's a lot of women, men, children. It really is everyone catered for with the merchandise. So yeah, there's certainly some nice bits, caps, and we're back to the start. There's going to be an update coming out from Thorpe Park as well regarding Hyperia, because as we speak, there's Alice there. Alice has become the face of Hyperia on Facebook and the social media channels, but she's actually getting recorded there by Kieran Adams for another Alice update, so we'll see what's said about Hyperia. Just as we walk off Fearless Valley, I will just mention it has been announced that it's coming out this year, but there is Slammer in the distance there. Slammer was a SNS SWAT ride. I did ride it. I mean, it closed in 2015. I rode it in about 2011. It was a good ride. I liked it. A lot of people knocked it. It was quite uncomfortable. I do remember that about it. But yeah, it was an SNS SWAT ride. It's still in there in the undergrowth, believe it or not. But they have announced the park that it's coming out this year. What the space will be used for, we don't know. We do know that's just down there as well, the Black Mirror Labyrinth. Obviously, that's been closed this season, so there is a bit of space here now. In fact, there's some work just going in there as we speak. So that is closed this season. So there is going to be a lot of space, and obviously it's going to be opposite exactly the new signature coaster, which is Hyperia. So watch this space, and we'll see what develops, and hopefully it'll be something exciting. In the distance there, the ride's spinning around. You see red and black colour scheme. That's Samurai. Samurai was originally at Chesington World of Adventure, but it was deemed as too thrilling for Chesington, so they brought it across to Thorpe Park. But this season it's just had a full paint job, so it's red and black. It's this original colour scheme, and that is Samurai. We're down at the back of the park now. Standing in front of me stands Saw. Saw is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, similar to Smiler Alton Towers. Obviously it's themed in really well. You'll see the building in the background. It is the warehouse. It's off the original Saw movie. Around there's police cars and things like that as well. The soundtracks, the Saw movies. It's a really, I say it's a really nice coaster. I mean, obviously to ride it's great. Can be a little rough. I wouldn't say it's too bad though on comparison to some other coasters. There you see going around. The thing is with Saw, I mean, this was always a great coaster. But if I just to put it in some sort of context, if you look at Saw and then look over at Hyperion size-wise, that puts it into perspective. Yeah, the theming for the Saw ride is brilliant. I mean, they've got this proper real American police car. Obviously it is behind the fence, so you can't jump on it and climb on it and what have you, but yeah, that's part of obviously the Saw theming. And then the whole building is themed like in an abandoned warehouse, so when you go inside you're in an abandoned warehouse. And then on the queue line as well, you've got like the queue line, you've got mannequins and things like that that makes it look like dummies. Obviously you're in a family theme park, so you have to keep it toned quite down, but a lot of the machinery and things like that, there's things like the restraints what was used in the Saw movies. You can see it's currently on a 60-minute queue, but it does have a single rider, so that can shorten your queue down a lot going for the single rider. That's how we get on it. And that's Saw. I'm just outside the Saw shop now. I've just done a single rider. What I would say was a great ride. Inside the station though, I would say it probably could do a bit of TLC now. I mean, there's obviously it's supposed to look like an abandoned warehouse, but there is a difference between theming and decay. There is some dirty parts on there. I noticed a lot of cobwebs around the light and things like that. Maybe in the close season, I mean, we are halfway through the season nearly now, could probably do with a bit of a clean up in there. But yeah, great coaster. It's been in the park a few years now. And that's Saw. Like I say, it used to have another Saw ride here. We used to have Saw Alive, the maze. That did close down. It's still actually, it's a boat on the lake. I did do it once, it was really good, but that's sadly gone many years ago. Just inside the Saw shop, outside the ride. The theme obviously is the Saw the ride. But it continues with good quality merchandise, all the clothing's excellent quality. You've got the resins as well, the ride resins we saw up in the Megastore, but they've got some more here, so you've got the little chap off Saw movies. Lanyards and pin badges, always popular. You've got the shirts. Wow. Saw doll. So Billy the doll is £18. The choice is yours. Want to play a game? Obviously from the movies. That's just a bit of the Saw merchandise. Like I said, this is all available around the park as well in the Megastore and things like that. The park's really full now. I did get a warning early on this week. Obviously, it was Hyperion meant to be open. I did get a warning saying the park was going to be majorly busy today. When Hyperion was open, they did offer us a chance to move all our tickets and everything. They've done that with everyone, but obviously everyone's decided just to come to the park to enjoy all the other attractions, which is a good thing. Saw right now is currently at 70 minutes, so that gives you an indication of what the park's like. If Hyperion was open, the rest of the park would probably have been a bit quieter. But queue times at the moment are quite high, and like I say, Saw's at 70 minutes. Another one behind me, Colossus, we're going to go and see what that is in a minute. The Colossus queue at the moment is only 45 minutes, which I'm quite surprised by, considering how busy the park is. Saw's at 70 minutes. Colossus obviously went in 2002. A good coaster, very similar to Sick at Flamingoland. And what I would say about Sick at Flamingoland, the modern coaster, is it's got the new cars, it's got lap bars, which is much more comfortable. That's the only thing that spoils Colossus. I went on it yesterday, I won't be doing it today. I went on it yesterday. The head restraints, obviously the neck restraints, it really is rough in places, and it is painful. Great track layout. I mean, obviously it's entwined now with all the landscape, but I mean, you can see it lives up to its name. It is a Colossus coaster. 10 loops in it, set a record. Set a record that stood until Smile of Alton Towers beat it with its 14 loops. This had 10 loops, so like I said, this was a record-breaking coaster and put the park on the map in 2002. It was made by Intamin, and there it goes up lift hill. Quite a quick lift hill. And I'll just get some off-ride footage of Colossus. There it comes. One thing I will say today, I mentioned the wind earlier in my video. If anything, it has died down slightly now, but I will say, I mean, fair play to Thorpe Park. All the large rides have stayed open all day. The wind really hasn't affected it, so yeah, fair play to Thorpe Park, well done. We're just entering another area of the park. This is the Lost City. Now, the Lost City is home to 4 of the main flat rides in the park. There's a great selection of flat rides at Thorpe Park. When I say flat rides, I don't mean twisters and waltzes. I mean, you know, proper themed in immersive experience. I mean, in front of me you've got the S&S Swing Tower, which is Rush. Now, in the early 2000s, Thorpe Park obviously absolutely exploded. I mentioned earlier in the video, it hasn't got the history that other parks have. It was only 45 years old, actually, last week. But in the early 2000s, it was under different ownership, and it really did explode with the introduction of Tidal Wave and Colossus in 2002. Along with a massive explosion in numbers, in tourism numbers, obviously they had to bring in rides quickly, and that's where the flat rides come in that still stand today. You've got Vortex down here, you've got Rush, Zodiac. Great rides still to this day, still going in the Lost City. I myself love Rush. It's like I say, it's one of them rides you only have a lap bar. It takes you to sort of the zero gravity. So a really nice ride. I see Quantum as well. That's one of the flat rides down in this area. Zodiac is the same as Enterprise was at Alton Towers. For those of you that are Alton Towers fans, you know, one of the that inverts one of the ships. Now this area of the park, it is quiet. I mean, Takatoria is closed at the moment. That's to do with Hyperia. When we come the other day, this is obviously all a queuing area normally for Hyperia. Earlier on in the video I did mention Soar Alive, the maze. And there it is, still to this day, still, I say in the park, it's like I say, it's a river, it's a boat, and it's still out on the lake there, but it is not used. That's the Soar Alive maze. Not sure what the future holds for that. Alright, we'll just get some shots around Lost City. I think Rush is just having a bit of downtime at the moment. It seems like they've evacuated the queue. That's what's going on here. Just waiting for that. Looks like they're doing the test now, so all these people will be let back in a minute. Rush is quite good for throughput. I mean, it takes it's meant to be 32 riders every time. It's actually 30 at the moment. It was reduced capacity. There was a couple of seats broken yesterday, but like I say, 30 it's a short cycle. That's one thing, a negative about it. It's a great ride, but the cycle's quite short. But yeah, going to 30 at a time, you soon get through them. no use. I couldn't look at them donuts and resist. I've had to get one. This one's one of the Rolo ones. I'll tell you what it's like on the other side. I just finished my donut. Just make sure I ain't got any around my mouth. It was absolutely delish. The dome here at Thorpe Park. So it's an indoor section. To my right, you'll see the Vibes pub and restaurants. That's where you have your breakfast if you stay in the Shark Cabins. It's an all-you-can-eat breakfast, really nice. I've had it a couple of times. And there's a coffee shop there as well. This is open at night, so if you stay in the Shark Cabins, you can just come into this area at night. And like I said, they had a quiz on things like that in the Vibes bar and kitchen. There's an arcade over there, just a bit of amusement at night. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go into the main shop, which is there, the Island shop, and see what merchandise they have to offer here at the front of the park. You can see a lot of it's going to be repeated from what we've seen already, but I mean, again, you've got the t-shirts. It's done in sections, similar to the one at Alton Towers. You've got the Saw ride there, and Billy the doll. You've got the Colossus. And teddy bears. Nemesis Inferno hoodie there. Like I said, the always popular Nemesis Inferno merchandise. Looks a bit like the Nemesis Reborn stuff up at Alton Towers. We've got some of the merchandise in this shop before. We've got some of the Swarm cups. It's great quality, goes to the dishwasher and everything, no problem. This is the older things that we saw earlier on up in the Megastore as well. That's got the old logo on it. It's still nice, but it is last year's logo. They've changed the logo. That's what you can see there. They're saying they're saving, taking 30% off the prices now. Well, these are new. I haven't seen these before. Thorpe Park with obviously the new logo, so they are quite new. Pin badges. A massive selection of pin badges. Like I said, it's key rings, pin badges, there's all sorts on there. Again, yeah, hoodies. There's a Swarm outfit instead, the dark green outfit, military sort of look. The gilets as well. Thorpe Park bags with the old logo. And then the most important bit, sweets and donuts for the car trip home, which is what I'm going to get now for my trip home. Well, that brings my time at Thorpe Park to a close. I've had a brilliant time. Like I say, I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you have, can you please subscribe and like the video? It'll help the channel grow greatly and help me. Well, that leaves me one final thing to say. If you have a frown, it's time to get upside down. See you all in the next video. Goodbye.